What's up, guys? It's Ruben from Galantes here with devlog number 5 already. Nice. Today we'll talk about inventory, we'll talk about items, which are scriptable objects, and we'll talk about the process a little more in depth than before, as promised last time. And without talking too much today, let's go right ahead and see what we've done. So the first thing I did was I went on canva.com, which, if you don't know, is an incredible tool for a lot of uses. It's really incredible, not just for game dev. And there I mocked up the most likely use cases when you need specific UI or heads-up displays, such as regular gameplay, boss battles, item interactions or interactions in general. And I also mocked up the inventory, so how I think it might look like in the future. So please let me know your thoughts on this. If you, I know it's just a basic mock-up, but just, you know, to improve it in the future, you can already give us some feedback. And yeah, so please let us know what you think, and also what you think about what we ended up implementing this time. But yeah, so this is the mock-up. I create them for different scenarios, and then I started to also implement it in Unity. So mostly I used images for the background with a specific color, and I also used grouping. So I differentiated between heads-up display, which is just the regular UI elements such as health bar or the quick slots, and I also plan to implement a compass in the future, just to give the player a little bit direction on where they are heading or where they are quests or enemies or bosses. And then I also went and implemented the windows, so UI windows, such as the inventory, and later on also character, where you can see what upgrades you already have implemented on your equipment. And for example, here I start with the regular item inventory, so for consumables, for throwables, and also for craftables. And I used a grid layout on top of the background image. A grid layout is a fantastic tool if you want to have an alignment of multiple elements which are similar. In this case, these are the consumable item slots, as you can see here. You can easily arrange them in a way that you like. Then I also added a box for which item is currently selected, and the item description box, again background image and a text on top. I use Text Mesh Pro. It's included with Unity, and it's an easy to use tool, but maybe later on I will use some different variations to make it look a little bit better than this basic UI. And in the future I will also add on the bottom the quick slots where you can actually add them. Then we had scriptable objects. So scriptable objects quickly allow you to create new objects. So you only have to write them one in the script, and then you can just fill out the details, which I've done here with items, and then a subclass, which is consumables. So you can see I can add an item picture or an icon. I can add a name, a description, everything like that. And then I went on and created a physical model of it. It's very placeholder-like, but it's just there, you know, to test everything. And then I also went on and had to, you know, design the UI elements according to if there is an interaction, or more specifically now an item interaction. So it will display the item icon as well as a description of the item, and so that pops up when the player gets in range. And you see here on the capsule collider, which is just a trigger. As soon as the player enters it and it recognizes as a player, it will allow the player to press the interaction button and add the object to the inventory, as you can see here. However, on the first playthrough, it didn't really delete the whole game object, which it should have, but I only deleted the script. So destroy this is not always the best case. So yeah, I went back, and on the second try it worked well. So the game object actually disappeared, but it was added to the inventory. Then next up, I also wanted to have the pop-up from the UI. So now it shows the item, the description and press F to interact. Next up, I also wanted to have the possibility to have a stack of items. Let's say there are a pile of screws. So now you can also adjust that with the amount of items from the pickup script. And this amount will be added to the inventory once you interact with it. As you can see here, now we have 5 health potions added to the inventory once we've interacted with it. Next up, it should also be reflected in the UI, right? So first step was adding everything to the inventory. Then I went back to the grid layout and I made each of these buttons to a script. It's an item slot script. It basically just holds an item and its icon and description, and via an item slot manager, which cross-checks the player inventory, the actual inventory, it will make sure that it's correctly displayed once you open the inventory window. So now you see it's empty, and now we pick up 1 health potion. We add it to the inventory and with that also to the UI display. And then we add 5 more, so we end up with 6 health potions. And that is a good start. I'm pretty content with what we've done. Now I'll keep working on that. And yeah, that's basically also the outlook for the next 2 weeks. I'll try and keep improving the whole UI, the whole inventory, try to add new stuff, maybe do the first implementation of the consumables, so restoring health, for example. And I don't want to set it too much in stone what exactly I'm gonna do, but just so you know that I'll be working on this topic at least in the next 2 weeks. With that being said, and since there is no update to the Discord community, I once again thank you very much for your time. I thank you for your feedback if you have any. So please, if you like this video, like it. Leave a comment below what you thought. If you like also this new style of presentation, it involves a lot more editing effort, I gotta say, but I kind of like it. Even though it is more effort on the editing part, I do like the presentation style of it. So please also let me know what you think. And if you don't want to miss any future updates, devlogs, then please also consider subscribing to the channel. It helps growing our audience and our community. And with that all being said, thanks again a lot for watching. Have a nice day and a good start in the week. Ruben out.